Hello, everybody here, and welcome. Excuse me, and welcome everybody here to the X-Bomb Sports Live Show. My name is Andrew Valentin, and as always, I will be your host here from the lovely Illinois Media School Lombard campus, where we do this fine show. I hope you all are having a fantastic Wednesday. The sun is shining out here in the state of Illinois, here in Chicago area, so it's been beautiful here. Now, once again, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, as I usually say, one truly is the loneliest number, and again, I am all by myself. Don't start singing that song. But with me, ladies and gentlemen, is, of course, the man, the myth, the legend. He is Mr. Tom McKinney. Tom, welcome back, man. How you doing?
I'm here.
Doing good, man?
Yeah, life. It's awful.
I hear you, man. I hear you. Well, yeah, I'm glad to see you're back, man. I know, yeah. These last couple weeks have really been.
I didn't walk here.
You didn't walk here. That's true. Yes,
No,
ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, Tom McKinney, last Saturday when we did our first ever remote show at Benedictine University for the DuPage Pistol Shrimp, which, by the way, big shout out to the DuPage Pistol Shrimp, Sam V. Brock, the assistant general manager, for being a part of the show as well, Chris Ruseski, Eric Willowhite, all those guys setting it up, Ryan Fahey, for doing all
hot. It was real hot last Saturday.
It was, and you were stuck in the sun for quite a bit in that.
Yeah. I don't know how that worked out. It should have been you.
Hey, man, I always could use a little bit more sun, but I'm already tan as it is. Hey, you got through it though, yes, didn't you? You survived.
I guess.
Yes, you did. You did. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, yes, again, thank you so much again, Benedictine University, DuPage Pistol Shrimp, everybody who helped out. Really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody who supported us. That was a great opportunity. It was a lot of fun, and hopefully we'll have more in the future like that. We're hoping to get to that stage, but we got a lot of fun stuff we're going to talk about here. So, Tom, you ready to do this, man?
Yeah, I didn't get anything set up for myself in here.
Okay, all right, that's fine. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this started, and we're going to kick this
You did that wrong.
off.
It's let's get ready to rumble.
No, we can't do that because otherwise I'll get copyrighted.
Oops.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if we play the sound clip, we get copyrighted because that dude owns, like, the rights to that. But, I mean, we could say it, but
I'll just throw a twist on
it. There you go, yeah. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this one started. We're going to kick it off in this first part here with some Chicago Cubs talk, because obviously they're sort of the hot meal ticket going on right now, as Bears are getting prepared to do battle in their first game ever this Thursday. And we'll surely get to that next Saturday and talk about maybe what they did.
You mean this Saturday?
What?
Is it this week they play?
Yes, they do. This Thursday.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow. Thank you.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, tomorrow they play their first game. But, the Cubs, obviously, they now that the deadline's gone, they, trying to look things over, see what everything's looking like. And unfortunately, there's been a few downsides here and there for the Chicago Cubs, as the team has some, I don't know if I can say minor injuries, but certainly they've added some guys to the injury list at this point, with Contreras, the catcher for the team, now going out for about 4 weeks now, it's looking like, as well as Kimbrel is also hitting the IL as well.
That's fake news. Kimbrel's injury isn't real. They're just resting him.
I mean, they might be. I mean, that's there's the talk on that. I don't know, but it brings up an interesting point, certainly, with the Cubs. I mean, if you guys hadn't watched, these last two games against the Oakland Athletics has been a good show of, what they can be at their worst and what they can probably be at their best. I mean, today they were able to beat the Oakland A's pretty well, and yesterday it was
almost the same score as they lost yesterday.
Yes. I mean, yesterday they had lost pretty badly. 11-5 was the final score on that one. So obviously, look, this team, I think we can say this team's not perfect. I mean, look, no team's perfect. To be perfect in baseball is
perfect.
Well, we're not talking about you. We're talking about teams here.
That's my team, so we're perfect.
Do you own the team? Did you buy the team?
You don't know what I own.
Okay, all right. Yeah, but no team is ever perfect. I mean, in this club is no exception to that at all, of course. But I do think that they, even through their struggles, I got to give it to them. They have been holding strong. I think primarily one of the biggest things that's holding them throughout I think that will hold them, of course, throughout the stretch of the season has really been obviously the offensive play that's come from this team. I mean, offense has really been, to me at least, it's been one of the key things that's been kind of holding this team together and carrying them throughout the season because pitching-wise, I mean, they've had some good outings from some of these guys. They still look very good, but obviously everybody's sort of having their rough patches. Not at the wrong moments, but certainly down the stretch here where it's certainly needed, where you have the Cardinals who are closing in. I believe they're only two games back.
No, they lost today.
Did they lose today?
Yeah, walk-off in the 10th. Let's go, Dodgers. Only time you'll hear me say that.
I'm going to hold that. I want that. I'm getting that clipped, and I'm using that from now on against you. Let's go, Dodgers. Tom 2019.
It's okay. I'm going to pull that clip of you.
Yeah, I know.
UFC,
Yeah, we won't talk about that.
And I'm going to just post that everywhere.
I figured. No, but I mean, look, even with the loss, obviously it's still a close race in the NL Central. You know, even the Brewers aren't too far behind. They're starting to look like they're starting to get that resurgence back in their team. It's going to be a fight. It's going to be a dogfight to the very end for the NL Central, that's for sure. But for the Cubs, I mean, with Contreras out, that's one of your key pieces. And obviously Kimbrel, whether you're resting him or whether you've lost him, I can't really say, but I wouldn't say you've lost him, but certainly he's been one of the kind of star darlings, I would say, for the bullpen. Certainly, he's helped give that bullpen a little bit more life, and I think that him not being being there for you to use is a little bit tough.
Hey,
what's that?
I would rather have them be on the 10-day DL or IL, my bad.
Yeah.
Now, then come towards the end of August, like in 2 weeks.
Right.
We're at that 1.5 month ago.
Oh, yeah.
But the Cubs did make a move today.
That's true, yes. The Cubs did add some help now that one of their catchers has gone down. They've picked up Jonathan LaCroix, who was on.
LaCroix. Say it right.
I said LaCroix.
No, it's not LaCroix like the drink. It's LaCroix.
LaCroix, excuse me.
Thank you.
I'm not putting enough emphasis on the Lou. Okay. So Jonathan LaCroix, who now got picked up off of waivers from the Angels. I mean, I understand it. He is a solid catcher. He's an all-star. I mean, he's recognized as one of those guys that's a leader from behind the plate, which is something that any team really needs. I mean, especially if he's a guy, too, that can also contribute offensively. I know he's not the strongest offensive guy as he used to be, but he still adds the numbers. He's still that kind of guy. And honestly, for a veteran catcher, you know, hooking them up with a guy like John Lester and Cole Hamels and all those guys and Kyle Hendricks, it's just going to add more experience to the pot for where this team needs to be at and could help down the line. But again, though, losing a bat like Contreras, it's hard. But you can see.
I don't know. Victor Caratini went Yabo today.
Yeah, no, I mean, well, that's the thing, though, is that you see that the other pieces around this team are picking up, right? You see Baez, you see Rizzo, you see Castellanos has been playing outstanding. He's hitting like 400 right now,
Dude,
I think
he's
they said.
Killing it. Greatest trade of all time.
It certainly looks like it's been working out
By the
so
way,
far.
Javier Baez, Gold Glove and NL MVP this year.
You really believe that, don't you?
Dude, why not?
I don't know.
I know it's going to go to Seager or it's going to go to Yelich, but really, what does MVP stand for?
I understand.
Most valuable player.
Yes.
Yelich is not the most valuable player on the Brewers. That's Hader.
Really? You think it's Hader?
Yes, hands down it's Hader.
Okay.
Seager is not the most valuable player on the Dodgers. That is Clayton Kershaw. It's clear as day. We all know who that is. But the most valuable player, the heart and soul of the Cubs organization, is Javier Baez. Literally puts butts in the seats every day with whatever play he decides he wants to do.
Yeah.
That man can do no wrong, even when he does strike out and looks ugly and he swings at bad pitches. His game has improved. Mm-hmm. He is hit. I think he's at 30 home runs already, if not a few away. He's gonna hit 30 this year. If not, maybe 40. He's gonna have over 100 RBIs.
Yeah.
I think he should get stronger considerations for MVP this year than he did last year.
I mean, No, I don't think you're wrong at all. I mean, so right now his stats sit. He's at 291 on the average. He's at 28 home runs, 76 RBIs. He adds 9 stolen bases for good measure. He's been one of the top players in defensive WAR. He comes with a strong on base percentage at 323. He's got his slugging at 562, and he's got an 886 on his.
Where's our
OPS.
RBIs right now?
His RBIs, I said it was 76.
Oh, my bad.
76.
But he's going to hit 100. There's no doubt about it. He won't hit 100. He had 2 more tonight. So is that updated to today?
I'm not sure. This is from Baseball Reference, by the way. This
Okay.
is where this is coming from. I don't know if they've updated them
Let me
just
see
yet.
if I can find the updated ones.
It has them listed right now at 63 and 50 on the record. But no, I mean, I don't disagree with you. I think Javier Baez certainly should be considered at least a candidate to be there for the National League MVP race. I mean, Yelich certainly, I think, has to be in that for sure. I would even put Bellinger in there. I mean,
That's who it is. It's
yeah.
Bellinger, not Seager. My fault.
Yeah, I was gonna say Seager really doing that well. Yeah, Bellinger.
It's a Dodgers player.
Yeah, I know. Well, you just said go Dodgers, remember?
That's when they're playing the Cardinals or the Brewers. I would say go White Sox if they were doing that. But you'll never hear me say the words with a G-O and that team in New York. Ugh.
That's fine. But no, I look at those guys. I think right now I think they're the front runners for it. Certainly, I mean, when we talk about the NL race, those guys I think are at the.
How many RBIs did you say he had so far this year?
76 is what
it's
they've got
updated.
right
it's
now.
78.
Okay, 78.
So either way, whatever.
Right. So, but he's probably going to be a 3,100 guy again for the second year in a row.
Dude, he's probably going to be a 4,100 guy.
They're
They're going to Cincinnati, and then they're going to the Giants come into town.
Yeah.
They go to Cincinnati this weekend. It's a 4-game series in Cincinnati.
Well, Cincinnati, I think certainly that could be a place where he puts himself over 30. Giants.
The Giants come here.
Yeah, but even still,
It's
Giants.
Wrigley, dude. If it's a nice week, humid, the wind blowing out.
He might be able to get 1 or 2, but I don't see him
and he still got
belting him out of the park.
Today's the 7th.
Yeah.
You still have all of August
Right.
to basically get what? He's at 28 home runs.
Yeah, right now he's at 28.
So all of August to get 12 home runs.
You're right.
How feasible is that?
I mean, no,
You
it's
have,
possible.
You have
it's possible.
August and September.
Yeah. No, it's definitely possible. I'm not discounting that he can't do it. We all know he probably can. We all know he's that caliber of a player.
I just think he's going to hit 40 home runs and he's going to hit over 100 RBI or have over 100 RBIs.
Yeah. I mean, and that could be the selling point. It could, but I
wish, and this is why I hate the MVP in every sport, even in hockey. I wish the MVP was looked at more as who was more valuable to the team. Who was the more valuable player? Yes, you have your finalists. Obviously, the finalists right now would probably be Bellinger, Yelich, and Baez. Out of those 3, who was more valuable to that team? Was Yelich? I don't think so. I still believe Hader is way more valuable to that team than anything. And you can't say you're disagreeing with me. How bad the Brewers' pitching is. Hold on. With how bad the Brewers' pitching has been, you can't say Hader is not more valuable than Yelich.
No, but you can also say, too, that because the pitching's so bad, and the runs that they give up, then a lot of it goes then to Yelich to be the offensive weapon that kind of charges this thing through, especially after you've lost Aguilar. That's the
same argument then for Javier Baez.
Yeah, but see, that's even difficult there too, because taking Javi off the Cubs, I still look at this team and say it's a pretty good team.
I take Yelich out of
I take the Cubs pitching over the Brewers pitching. I'll tell you that much.
Obviously, any day. But you take Yelich out of the Brewers, that team's still a contender. They're still a playoff team. They are still a playoff team.
I don't know. I say that.
But think about it. You have Moustakas. You have Moustakas.
Right.
You have Braun. Yes, Braun's old, but he's still Braun.
Right.
You have. I'm trying to think. I don't even know the Brewers because I don't like them. But there's 2 big ones.
Yeah.
You have who's the Perez? Is Salvador Perez? He's not on that team. Let me see if I can find their roster.
So. No, I understand what you're saying, but I think that more implies, to what I see, you
Let's
look
just
at
be
like,
in agreement. Bellinger should not win MVP this year.
no, I don't. Well, because that's what I'm saying is that I think that argument about taking Yelich off the Brewers, and them still being good, I think that implies a lot more to Bellinger than it does at these two. You know, because the Cubs are having a little struggle here and there. So take Javi out of the game. Well, now there might be a little bit of a hole there, right? Take Yelich out of the Brewers, there might definitely be a hole. There certainly seems like there's going to be a hole there.
All right, so I'm waiting for the internet to finally try to kick in. I
Yeah,
have
I
the
know.
Brewers roster loading.
Yeah.
But I truly believe, so here it is. So not including pitchers. So catchers, you have Yasmani Grandal and Manny Pena.
Right.
Grandal is a great catcher, and he's a great hitter.
Yep.
Infielders, you have Orlando Arcia, Keston Herrero,
Right.
Mike Moustakas, Travis Shaw, and Eric Thames. All amazing hitters.
Yeah.
Not the power guys like Yelich, but can do damage, especially Arcia and Mike Moustakas.
Right.
Outfielders, you have Ryan Braun, Lorenzo Cain, Ben Gamel, Trent Grishman, and Christian Yelich.
Yeah.
So you take Yelich out of there. Yes, you have an aging Braun. Yes, you have sort of an aging Cain, but you have a Ben Gamel who's been lighting it up for the Brewers, and you have a Lorenzo Cain who can still do damage, and Ryan Braun is physically a Cubs killer, and I hate the man. But you take Christian Yelich out of that team,
Yeah.
and that team still is at least a wild card team.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, but that's the thing is that, it's one of those things where, I mean, if he goes down, then we'll have to see the real test of the team. But
You're right. You're right. We don't know.
I understand what you're saying.
We
though. Yes,
don't know.
There's
But
a lot
you're
of
all-
big bats on that
for
team that could.
For anybody to say that Javier Baez, you take him off the team and that team's going to be fine, it's the same thing with the Brewers. It's just the fact people forget where the Brewers are and where the Cubs are. You're in the greatest city of all time here in Chicago with the Cubs. Anybody who comes here is going to flourish. Do you really want to play an hour and a half away from Chicago in Milwaukee? Now, granted, yes, it's flourishing now,
Yeah, you're gonna
but
ask Giannis.
Milwaukee does this every few years.
Yeah.
They'll go to the playoffs, they'll make a deep run, and then they'll be non-existent for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Look at the years they had Prince Fielder.
Yeah, true.
They went to what, the NLCS
Yeah.
and lost there.
Mm-hmm.
They did it last year. They're not going to make the playoffs right now. As of right now, they have to win the division, and they're not even close.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like we said, it's a dogfight. I mean, if
again-
they don't make the push soon, then
And
they're
again,
out.
mark my words, the Dodgers are getting swept the first round.
I don't know about that, man.
They are the
They're
Tampa
just
Bay
too-
Lightning. They are the Tampa Bay Lightning of baseball.
I think they're better than the Lightning at this point. That team has shown such resilience.
Yeah, and everybody said the same thing about the Lightning.
Well, I mean, the only thing that we can say now is that it's a wait and see kind of moment,
Yes, it is.
It's the type of thing that we're gonna have to wait down to the very moment with these awards. I'm sure they're gonna try and put every single stat to the test to see how this thing analyzes out. I mean, I understand where Yelich and Bellinger are getting the front runners. I certainly do think yes, Javi deserves some love and some respect for what he's done for the Cubs and being a leader, especially so young still, 26. I mean, the other guys are as well, don't get me wrong, but he definitely deserves to be in that talk at least. I don't know if he wins it, but I think he deserves to be in that talk.
I think he should win it. I hands down think Javier Baez should win it. That's not me trying to be biased and be like, I know what people out there are going to say, oh, he's just a Cubs fan. He just wants Baez to win it. Yeah, of course I want Baez to win it. Of course I'm a Cubs
Right.
fan. You're going to say the same thing about Tim Anderson or any of the White Sox fans.
Darn right.
Or any of the White Sox players, not my bad.
Jimenez
Fans don't
for
play
Rookie of the
baseball.
Year.
But
It's not going to happen.
no. But at the same time, I've seen some of Christian Yelich. I've seen Javier Baez on a daily basis. I think Javier Baez is a better player than Yelich, defensively and offensively, and is a by far better better all-around player who can play multiple positions.
Yeah, Well, look, I'll say this. When it comes to my judgment, I don't put like the whole multiple positions thing into play. For me, it's kind of like, okay, how do you play your position, right? For Yelich, I think he does, we'll talk about defensive. Javi is probably one of the, I think, if not the best defensive player in baseball right now. I mean, outside of the Oakland A's kid, Chapman, I think it is. Is that his name? If I'm not butchering that. I can't remember it. Matt Chapman.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt Chapman. Outside of Matt Chapman, Javier Baez is maybe the best, if not at least the second best defender, because Matt Chapman's glove is like, it's like a magnet. So, I mean, that right there, I think, gives him an advantage over Yelich. Offensively, I think they're just similar. Because they both have a very similar swinging style where that ball, the trajectory of that ball is definitely getting out of the park. It's just a matter of, where it's going to land at. That's the only thing. They both got big bats. And, their sizes are different and their swings are just, a little different from one another. But at the same time, you're still getting the same results from these guys, it feels like. I think it's going to be one of those big races, for both of these guys. And it may come down to these two. Who knows? It may be a big race between those two. You never know. And I think this is going to charge this thing even more for the NL Central. I think it's just going to pump more excitement into it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. It's going to be fun.
It's exciting. Baseball's exciting this year, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not watching it, you're missing a show. I'm telling you. And if you're not watching this, you're also missing a show. So make sure you watch this. All right. So away from that, obviously, got NFL talk. Wanted to get into a little bit more of this. We'll make this one really brief because obviously we've talked this one kind of to death when it comes to the whole NFL holdout situation. But somebody also brought this up to me as well. We had a fan question that came from a guy named Michael who's actually located in Anchorage, Alaska. Which I can't.
Alaska.
Yeah, what's up, Alaska? But he was just asking, he said, he's like, I know you guys have talked a lot about Ezekiel Elliott, but in reference to him and Melvin Gordon, he's like, do you think that there's going to ever be a moment where we see NFL holdouts actually change, where players either don't hold out or where owners start to cave quicker?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
For which one?
To all of it.
All of it? You don't.
Yeah.
So you think it's just going to always be a stalemate like this?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. That's fair enough. I mean, I thought it was an interesting question just because obviously, look, Ezekiel Elliott, I still say the Cowboys should trade him. I know everybody says. Well, here's the thing. I know everybody says he's the Cowboys' best player and all that stuff. I'll give you this, right? I tried to make the image as big as I could for the show, but I just couldn't get it to go. But I have the numbers here. So this is. I mean, these are the numbers to show like why Dak doesn't need Ezekiel Elliott, but why he needs Amari Cooper, to show where the value truly is at. Without Amari Cooper, 3-4, 62% completion, 8-4 on touchdown interceptions, 202 passing yards, 87.4 passer rating. Right after they got Amari Cooper, 7-2, 71% completion rating. 14 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 274 yards, 103 passer rating. With Zeke, those numbers were down. It doesn't make the team any better. As soon as Amari Cooper gets there, though, everything opens up. They win the division. They go to the playoffs. To me, it's just one of those things where it's like, hey, I understand that there is a value in Ezekiel Elliott. But when it comes
I'll
to
take him.
Yeah, you'll take him and put him on what team?
Ours.
On the Bears?
Yeah.
I wouldn't want him.
Why?
I like our running back situation.
I do too. I really do too. But I want a very explosive running back.
Oh, you don't think we have one?
No, I know Tariq Cohen's an explosive running back.
I mean, even David Montgomery.
I haven't seen him.
Yeah.
I have not seen him yet.
Yeah.
I will not judge until I have seen him in game 1 against the Packers.
You're learning.
No, I'm not learning. I do that all the time.
I know.
Your thing is crazy. I'll give him 3 years. I think that's crazy.
Well, I judge him year by year, but I give 3 years to finally give like my ultimate, okay, this is what I think he is, right? He can still grow, but I'm like, okay, 3 years, this is where you're at right now. You have a chance, but this is probably what you're going to be for the rest of your career.
And what I'll more do is if you know how I was with Trubisky.
Yeah.
I went to the Browns Bears game Christmas Eve, and I watched Trubisky play. Mm-hmm. that changed my whole perspective on Trubisky. I think he's going to be a great quarterback for us.
Yeah. No, yeah, definitely.
I also think Deshaun Kaiser got the short end of the stick there, but I'm okay with that now because I have my quarterback in Baker Mayfield, and when I finally find time for...
He wears the green and gold, but he's secretly scarlet red underneath.
Huh?
You, my man, you support Notre Dame, but apparently you're in love with Oklahoma player.
He is my future... He is my future quarterback. Actually, he is my quarterback. My future
was
quarterback is
gonna
Jarrett
say.
Stidham.
No, I think I agree with you. I mean, look, we won't really know what David Montgomery is until we actually see him on the
Game
field.
1 against the Packers. That's
Exactly.
when I'll let you know. After that game, that's Saturday. So what is that? September 3rd is that game?
You believe so? Yes.
By the way, I want to take a time out here. Kudos, so everybody can see. Kudos to the Bears organization for finally doing something right and putting George Halas up in steel or metal, whatever metal they're doing, and Sweetness, Mr. Walter Payton, will finally be enshrined outside of Soldier Field. Actually, I don't know where they're doing it, but they're putting 2 new statues up, and it's going to be the greatest running back of all time. Literally the greatest running back of all time.
I mean, Jim Brown already said it.
And Walter Payton.
And so did Emmitt Smith. Emmitt Smith said
my top 3 running backs, and I never saw one of them play.
Yeah.
Walter Payton, Jim Brown, Emmitt Smith. Top 3.
Yeah.
That order.
That's how I have it.
You want to know my top 3 quarterbacks real quick? Because I've thought about this.
Yeah.
Joe Montana, Tom Brady, and Drew Brees.
Really?
Yes.
That's interesting. So you put Joe over Tom.
Yes.
That intrigues me because you're a big supporter for Tom Brady.
Yes, I am. But it's the era.
That's true.
It's the time that Joe Montana played. And for most people are going to say, oh, he went to Notre Dame. Yes.
I mean, that is
he went
factor,
to Notre
don't
Dame.
Get me wrong.
But that has nothing to do. Dude,
Yeah.
I like Tom Brady. He went to Michigan. My bad.
Yeah.
He went to Michigan.
He went to your fiance's favorite school, so.
What a trash school. I can't wait for Notre Dame to trounce him at the big house. By the way, we will be getting into college football probably next Wednesday, right?
Yeah, we'll start. Well, I mean, I was already looking at it possibly for the last couple of weeks talking about it.
All right, I'm down, but I'm not here Saturdays.
We'll probably be pouring into some college football events.
Yeah, I'm not here this coming Saturday, so I want to talk about it and wait for me.
It's fine.
But yes, so where were we?
No, Ezekiel Elliott and the Melvin Gordon, the holdout situation. I mean, look,
I don't care. Who physically cares?
Well, it's
They're not
interesting.
on my fantasy team. I really don't care.
It's just interesting because of the fact that these guys, obviously, they're really good running backs. They want to get paid a lot of money. But we're in an era now where you don't need to pay these guys a lot of money.
But you do.
Because you can get any running back at any time.
You
Look at the
say
Bears.
that, but when do you think it's going to come down to the point where running game is going to be big again?
That's the interesting thing about it because we've said it before here on this show. All these sports leagues, they go through shifts where at some point, some player at some position becomes the dominant force, right? Right now, it's quarterbacks, wide receivers, edge rushers, and cornerbacks that are kind of the favorite values. Give it maybe, 3-4 more years maybe, and that's when the running back comes back. Because this recruiting class that's coming into the college right now, they look strong. And the year after that looks even stronger. So these running backs, and all of them, by the way, are coming in with the ability to run and catch. And I think Saquon's sort of the new model for how the running back is supposed to be in the NFL.
Him.
Saquon Barkley is the new model for how the NFL running back is supposed to, or
I
how
love
they
when
want
you're
them
wrong.
to be, I should say. Yes, I know. I was very wrong on Saquon Barkley.
All right.
But I think that's where you see it. Give it more years down the line. But right now, the value of a running back that's not to Saquon's level, who can catch 80 passes and run for 1,500 yards, it's just difficult. If he's not Christian McCaffrey and he's not Saquon, it's hard to say that, well, then this guy should be paid a lot of money, And that's the thing with Ezekiel Elliott. He's good at running the football. Throw him the football. Yeah, he can catch it every now and then, but but and then you factor in all the other things, obviously, off the field stuff and maturity issues and stuff like that.
Well, yeah.
But even as just a football player, yes, he's very good. But it's hard to say in a league where throwing the ball is more necessary now and where running backs really fade out fast, it's tough to say
But
pay
that's
him.
the thing. I don't blame these running backs. This is their career.
Right. No,
Like,
I don't blame
could
him
you
either.
imagine? Could you imagine if our career, literally, we're trying to find a job in a
Right.
media career, and we were to the career for media isn't as long as it is,
Yeah.
and after 4 years, you're faded out.
No,
You're
yeah.
going to fight for every penny that you can get, and I don't blame these guys for holding out when these are what their careers are going to be. Now, yes, a lot of these running backs have gone back to school, gotten
Right.
degrees, but at the same time, all the trauma it's done to these guys, like CTE is a real thing.
No, yeah. Absolutely.
And it's not just helmet-to-helmet contact. It is literally getting tackled to the ground and slamming your head on concrete.
Yeah.
Turf is the worst thing to be playing on.
Yeah,
And I
mean,
don't
it is.
understand why high schools are allowing this now. Downers Grove South is building looks like a practice football field / is going to be a base softball field, it looks like.
Yeah.
It's all turf.
Yeah.
That is dumb.
Yeah, it's rough.
And until they finally realize that is a leading factor, one of the leading factors,
Right.
it's going to be a problem. On top of that, ingesting those little tar pellets causes like cancerous shit.
Yeah.
E60 did a whole thing on it.
The turf fields, I mean, look,
And we could go in on it, and I don't
Yeah.
want to really do that.
No, we won't go in on the fields. I mean, we can do that on another time.
Yeah, and I'm down to talk 2 hours on that.
Yeah, for sure. No, I feel the same way. I mean, when it comes to turf, I mean, you definitely need to find another. It's been nice so far, but obviously you
I
need to find a
prefer
better
grass.
solution.
I prefer grass.
I did too. I didn't mind it. I didn't mind getting
Hell,
dirty
my
and
mom got
muddy.
my pants cleaned.
Well, lucky for you, your colors were pretty easy to like.
Yeah, but my practice
mask it.
pants were white.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, ours were too. That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah. So all right. So that wasn't always the fun.
Man,
But,
it would
was-
rain. You'd have all like the starters not want to dive in the mud and
Right.
stuff, and I'd be over there like, "Hey, coach, throw it 4 feet out. I got this."
Still dive in the mud.
Yeah, dive in the
Yeah.
mud, bring my pants home, and mom would make them sparkling white again.
God.
OxyClean, dude.
Yeah. No, but you know what? You bring up a good point though. Fight for every penny. I understand that completely.
I mean, think about it. Think about it. You and me become on-air radio hosts or whatever,
Right.
and X-Bomb Sports eventually fades out. God forbid. We hope it
Don't
doesn't.
say that.
We hope
Right.
it doesn't.
No. Yeah.
But let's say you get a job in New York on an on-air radio, and I get a job in California on air.
yeah.
Like, obviously, we'll take this podcast form and we'll just do it through
Right,
Skype
yeah.
or whatever.
We'll
We'll
find
find
a
a
way.
way to still do X-Bomb no matter what.
Yeah,
We will
always.
find time. X-Bomb will never die. I should say it that way. But the live stream like this ends.
Yeah.
We are going to negotiate our contracts and fight for every penny.
Right.
Like, if I think I've been doing $80 million worth of radio,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I owed that, I'm going to fight for that.
Right.
Now, obviously, that's a way high number, and I'm not going to fight for 80 million. I mean, I would totally in a heartbeat would fight for 80 million,
Yeah. Right. Anybody would.
but that's just an example. Like,
No, and you're right. I mean, well, this is where so I was watching a few like the shows out there, like First Take and all them. Eric Dickerson went on a few of these because he had the same thing. Where on his rookie deal, he held out because he wanted more money because he outplayed himself. Because in the first 2 years, he runs for the most yards a rookie ever has, and then runs for the most 2,000 yard. He has the biggest 2,000 yard season, 2,105 yards.
exactly.
So, and it's like, well, duh, after that, you would think, got to pay him like a top running back, right? Why is he still on the stupid rookie deal? He was only making 150, and he was only asking for $1 million at that point, which at that time was definitely a lot of money.
Yeah.
But,
But times have changed.
right,
Pay your players and quit complaining. You make millions. First off, I'm paying the players. If I want the player, pay him.
right. Yeah,
Boo.
no,
Or just go what England does for soccer. You,
Yeah.
you pay what you have.
right. Well, and this is where, though, I think a lot of people are looking at, like, what New England does and
No
saying,
salary cap.
well, yeah, no salary cap would be nice. But, like, I think a lot of teams are looking at what New England does. You know, they're kind of the blueprint on how you do things, right? You get a player at his best, and then as he's in his peak or as he's about to peak, you trade him off, and you get whatever value
They
you
didn't do
can
that
for
with
him.
Brady.
Yeah.
But they didn't do that with Brady.
No, they didn't do that with Brady. No, but this.
So what you're saying?
He's been kind of like the formula. Like, okay,
So wait,
we
but
stick him there.
What
and we
Brady's
work around
also
him.
done is what a lot of these players aren't doing. I guarantee Ezekiel Elliott would be in the league 15 years
Yeah.
if he was willing to take pay cuts for the team.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's the reason why Tom Brady is still in the league. That's the reason why he just got a 2-year extension.
Right. Well, and that's also the reason why the Patriots have been able to build
He's gonna
such
play
a
till
good
he's
offensive
50.
line and stuff
Do you
around
realize
him.
that?
The what?
How old's Tom Brady? 45?
42.
42? He's going to play till he's 50.
He probably can. He
So
probably
he just
will.
got a 2-year extension. So by the time his next contract is over, he will be 44.
Yeah. They've already said that he's an uncharted area because we've never seen a quarterback go this long in the league.
I'm down to see how long he can go. I really am.
I am
know.
too.
I think his body's in better shape than Brett Favre's was,
Oh, absolutely.
and I think he's just a way better player than Favre. Sorry, not.
No, I wouldn't put it past you to say that. I think that's absolutely accurate because as good. Look, Favre was legendary. Don't get us wrong, but Favre also took a lot of unnecessary hits. He took a lot of unnecessary gambles, and his offense never got tailored to the fact that he was aging out, right? The arm was no longer as strong as it used to be, but he was still trying to throw the ball 60 yards down the field like he used to, right? Tom Brady never really could throw the ball 60 yards down the field, but he used to be able to throw it like 50. But now he can only throw it maybe like 40 or 35.
But who
whatever.
cares? He's playing small ball.
But that's the thing is that they say, okay, so you know what we're going to do? Bubble screens,
Running
slants.
backs.
Yeah,
That team drafts running backs.
Yeah. And then they make sure those can you catch? Okay, you can catch. All right, we're putting you out wide. We'll put you in the slot. All right, that's how we're going to work this offense. And then it's bubble screens, it's slants, it's curls, it's all the short stuff. We move the ball down the field, and, then we take it in for a touchdown. And that's the new model. That's what everybody's doing. That's what the Bears are doing right now, right?
Yeah.
You got Tariq Cohen, who's kind of like your James
Run
White.
DMC.
Yeah. You've got Mike Davis, who's kind of like your I'm blanking on his name, the Georgia running back that they've got. I can't remember now.
Holyfield? No.
No, not him. The other guy.
You mean the receiver?
No. He's their running back. He scored the touchdown in the Super Bowl. I'm blanking on his name. God, I can't remember why. Ran opposite of Nick Chubb. But then you've got David Montgomery, who's kind of your all-purpose back. So
We done talking about holdouts?
yes, we are.
Are we going to the next football topic?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, but also, guys, too, what do you think about the Cubs situation? You guys can comment down below. Let us know what you think about it. And also, too, let us know what you think about the holdout situation. Give us your thoughts about everything because that whole conversation went a lot of different ways. I know we spiderwebbed that one out into many different
But holdouts
spots.
are stupid. Quit complaining about them.
Yeah,
Just quit. They're going to be a part of sports.
Look, man.
They're terrible. I hate them, but whatever.
Look, I'll just say this. If I held out in my job, well, maybe not my job personally, but I'm sure if other people held out at their job, they'd probably get fired on the spot. So that's all I'm going to say on that.
Yeah, I don't know if you'd get fired. I think you'd get paid.
I'm not even going to go there with this. All right. So away from that, I saw something interesting on the internet that I wanted to talk about.
Which one are we talking about?
The whole thing with sporting news.
Oh.
Yes. Don't worry, we'll get to your thing soon here.
Yay!
Jeez. So I saw this whole thing on Sporting News here, and I thought it was really interesting because they did a whole prediction
What a joke.
about exactly how they think the 2019 season is going to play out. Now,
Where is Sporting News located?
I don't know where it's located, but you can probably ask Steve if you see him.
I'm gonna look it
our
up.
good friend Steve Milhausen, who works for
Milhouse.
Sporting News. Milhouse. You can call him that if you want. But he works for Sporting News, and so I've kind of gotten to follow them a little bit, read their articles and stuff. And I found this one. It was just a
It's
picture
based
that they
in
had on
Charlotte,
Instagram.
so there is no bias there.
Yeah, okay. So there you go. But they did a whole printout, so I thought it would be good if we go through these. So, Tom, you got them up there by any
Yeah,
chance?
I got them right here.
All right, awesome. So let's start with the AFC East. We'll work our way through the AFC, and we'll work our way through the NFC then, okay?
Okay,
Sound
so
good?
I am
So-
totally okay with that.
Okay, cool. Do you know where they're at?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I don't even want to discuss this one. It's fine.
All right. So we got the AFC East. We're going to start off with there first. So you got the Patriots coming in, winning the division at 13-3. Jets are 9-7. Bills 5-11, and Dolphins 2-14.
Do you see anything wrong with that?
The fact that the Patriots, I think, are like 2 wins high.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
I think they're going to be 11-5.
But they're going to win the division.
Right.
That we're all in agreement.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we don't have to talk much about it.
Well, I just want to preface that I think the Bills are probably actually going to be better
Than the Jets?
I don't think better than the Jets. I think they could both even out at an 8-8 maybe. But I would say the Bills.
Those are the only two teams that I could see flip flop.
Yeah.
Only two teams.
The Dolphins. I will give the Dolphins a little bit credit. I will say they maybe win 2 more games than what they got.
Okay.
But I don't see them winning any more than what they're at right now.
Okay. Next.
All right. So next we got the AFC North. Excuse me.
Down. I agree. I've been saying this all offseason.
I know you have. So you got Browns at 11-5, Steelers at 10-6, you got Ravens at 8-8, and you got the Bengals at 5-11. Now I think the Bengals can win at least 1 more game, maybe 2 more.
Andy Dalton. No.
I know Andy Dalton has struggled a ton, but I still believe in that defense, and I do think that A.J. Green can maybe be a difference maker. Ravens, I think, is about right. They might even be a little bit lower, 7-9 possibly.
I can see them being 9-5 or 9-7. Yeah.
Yeah, possible. I do still disagree with you though on this. I still think the Steelers got another division title in them. I see it, man. I'm telling you, that offense looks charged. I think they're going to be the team that goes 12-4 or 11-5 instead of the Browns. I think the Browns make the playoffs. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's a wild card, like you were saying before. I know you're saying now win the division, and you're just singing no. Okay,
dude, that team looks so good. I've been watching their Facebook videos. Oh.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I've been watching their YouTube videos. Oh my god, it's making me super excited for fantasy.
Take it easy now,
Mayfield, let's go.
We'll see how that team does, though. Obviously, when
By
the
man can chug a beer.
Yeah, yes, he can, and we'll get into that here very soon. All right, so next we've got the AFC South. So we've got Colts at 11-5, we got Texans at 8-8, Titans at 5-11, and then Jaguars at 4-2. So
4-2.
Or 4-12, excuse me, Jesus.
Only team I see wrong is I think the Jaguars are going to be an 8-8 team.
Really?
I think the Texans aren't going to do much.
Okay.
I think they could be a 5-11, 4-12 team, and I think the Titans are going to surprise a lot of people.
I'm not off the Marcus Mariota boat yet. I mean, we've talked about that already. I think he still can be a good quarterback.
I think he's had the
especially now that he's got the weapons.
Yeah. He's now got the weapons. He's had the short end of the stick in Tennessee.
Yes.
Tennessee is basically a better Cleveland Browns for the past few years.
I guess that there could be a
they've
good
had
comparison.
the quarterback, but not the weapons.
I would
the
say
Browns have had the weapons,
Yeah.
but not a quarterback.
I would say I think they've got a better defense because Biard's now paid like a top safety like he should have been, certainly. Jarrell Casey's great. I think they've got a great defense offensively. Still some question marks, but they could get better. Only thing I would say here, I think the Colts maybe go 13-3. I think they do better.
Now, are we saying
that's of course if Andy
Are we saying the Jaguars' defense is going to fall off and it's the offense is going to be good, or are we saying the offense is going to be terrible and the defense is going to do everything they can to keep them in the games?
I think it's the offense, man. It's
so the defense is going to be okay.
I think the defense. I'm not saying they're going to be great, but I think they're going to be a little bit back to the norm. You know what I mean? They'll create turnovers.
Good, because they're
they
my
may save some
team,
games,
and I need them to do well.
Yeah, I know. But it's just the Nick Foles thing, man. It's when he's not been in Philadelphia, he's just been bad. And
yeah, I know.
That's just it's hard to sell. But you know what? We'll obviously see what happens. Obviously, with all this, of course.
Right.
So AFC West is next. So you got the Chiefs. It's 14-2. You got the Chargers at 11-5, Raiders at 5-11, and then Broncos also at 5-11. And I already know that you're not agreeing with this. I can already tell that you're not going to agree with this. Am I right?
I think the Broncos are going to be an 8-8 team.
Oh, really?
I think the Raiders aren't going to win a damn game.
Wow, you're 0-16, really?
Yeah, I haven't even watched episode 1 of Hard Knocks yet.
No, I haven't either.
No spoilers out there.
Yeah, no spoilers, but I can't wait to see that. I'm going to see that tonight.
I'll probably go home tonight or Friday night and watch that. So,
yeah.
shh. The Chargers, I don't understand how Phillip Rivers is still in the league. Phillip Rivers, can you come in here? Where's Phillip Rivers? I need him to come in here and
He's
answer that
having
question.
his 20th kid.
All right, fair enough. I still don't understand how he's still in the league, and I don't understand how the Chargers are that good. I think they're going to be another 8-8 team.
I mean, you got to give it to the defense, man. They've done a great job, and they've not only that, but they've kind of done what they do for Brady. They build around him really well with giving him some good weapons. You know, I mean, I think the Chargers. I don't know if they're going to be 11-5. I give them.
I think they're going to be an 8-8 team.
You think 8-8?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. I agree though with the Broncos.
Maybe 10-7.
Okay, I agree though with you. The Broncos. I don't know about 8-8. I would say maybe 7-9.
Dude, I'm giving Vic Fangio the benefit of the doubt here.
Yeah.
And I think that defense is just going to tear it up.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I think they're going to be great.
I think Joe Flacco is going to have a revival season, and he's going to win. What do they have a comeback player of the year?
No, I don't think they did.
Okay, whatever award he can win other than MVP, because I don't think he'll win MVP.
Yeah.
But there's got to be some award that he'll be able to win.
I guess he could win comeback player of the year. Technically, it could count. I'm not sure on the logistics on that, but he could be. I mean, but that's the other thing, too, is I don't know how good, obviously, Joe Flacco. He looks good. He looks decent for them.
I didn't watch the Hall of Fame game. Did you?
The what?
The Hall of Fame game?
I did watch the Hall of Fame game.
How did he look?
He looked. I mean, he didn't play a lot.
Well, obviously,
they more have let Drew Lock play the game, which I will say I thought Drew Lock did a really good job. I think there's a QB competition there that maybe nobody's talking about potentially.
Yeah, but they're going to give it to Flacco because it's Fangio's first season as a head coach.
No, you give it to the veteran quarterback, and then if he's not performing well, obviously they're going to switch it over to Drew Lock.
But I think Von Miller's going to have. I think he potentially could win Defensive Player of the Year.
Oh yeah, no, without a doubt.
But
I mean, if
there's a
obviously
player,
if Khalil doesn't kill him.
There's a certain player who's just going to tear up the league.
Right. Or Aaron Donald. I mean, come on. But obviously, and then you got the Chiefs, 14-2.
Can we skip our division for last?
We can do that.
Right.
But I'll say this for the Chiefs: I don't know if 14-2 is where they're going to land at. I think they're maybe going to be more like a 12-4, 13.
But we're in agreement they're going to win the division.
No, they're going to win the division. I mean, there's no
Patrick
question.
Mahomes.
Unless Patrick Mahomes gets hurt.
No, he's gonna have a hangover season. I can already tell you that. But they're still gonna be. They're gonna be like 12-5.
I'm gonna tell you. 12. You mean 12-4?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I'll tell you this right now. I think he throws 40 touchdowns, and that's it. I don't think he's having a repeat season like people think he is.
I think he throws 30 touchdowns with 15 interceptions.
Okay, interesting. All right, so we'll now move to the NFC. And we'll start pouring through that. So the NFC East.
I absolutely don't agree with this. And this is where the head of Sporting News has to be a Cowboys fan.
All right, so let's go through this. We got the Cowboys at 12-4, Eagles at 11-5, Giants and Redskins both finish at 4-12, with the Giants finishing just over the Redskins.
I don't understand that. I think the Eagles are going to have a bad year.
I don't know, man. Their team looks pretty solid.
I think the Eagles are going to have an off year somehow. I think something's going to happen. I think Carson Wentz isn't solid. They don't have a backup quarterback anymore.
Right.
So I think they're going to have a down year.
Okay.
The Cowboys are the Cowboys. They're going to just squeak in because everybody else is terrible.
Yeah.
The Giants are going to go 1-15, and the Redskins are going to be second at 8-8.
So you think the Redskins then? So you're saying Redskins finish behind the Cowboys?
Yeah, I think Haskins is going to have a great year and win Rookie of the Year.
Okay, interesting. I will say this. I think when it comes to, I like Haskins. I think he's a good quarterback. I think the Redskins maybe do better, like 6-10. I think the Giants maybe go like 2-14.
No, they're going to go 1-15. They might go 0-16.
They might. I mean, at this point, it kind of just depends on how the offense comes.
You drafted a Duke quarterback.
That's true. You did. Eagles, it's just hard for me to say if they're going to drop that far because they do have such a good roster. And then Cowboys finishing 12-4. I don't know about that.
What a joke.
But I would say that I do think they win the division just because, again,
I said they're going to win the division because they're just going to squeak by like they did last year.
I won't even say they just squeak by. I think they win the division by at least 2 games. I think they have that ability.
No.
I mean,
I think it comes down to the last week.
I don't know. It's tough because again, Dak Prescott, he's second in winning percentage since he's been in the league behind Tom Brady. Let's
go to the next.
That's impressive. All right, so next one we got NFC South. We've got the NFC South. So here we've got New Orleans Saints
I'm okay
sitting
with
at
this.
13-3. You got Panthers at 8-8, Falcons at 8-8, and Bucks at 3-13.
I see the Bucks at 2-14. I see the Falcons at 9-7. I see the Panthers at 8-8, and the Saints. They're on revenge right now. They're on a. I'm coming for every person in the world right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm also a god in New Orleans.
Yes. I will say for the Saints,
Good luck rest of the league.
13-3, 12-4, I think is about right. That
Dude, I
division
can
right
see
now is a mess.
14-2.
The what?
I can see 14-2.
I mean, they could be. I mean, look, that
Dude,
division.
I'm telling you, they're on a revenge tour.
That's true. But also, that you've got to remember, too, there's a lot of pieces on that team that were hurt last year that could be the injuries might not be completely over.
Dude.
Plus, if Drew Brees in the back half of the season he didn't play up to par, it's
I'm telling you right now, the rest of the league is going to be put on notice week 1 when the Saints go out of their way and just stomp whoever they're playing.
I mean, they'll be put on notice, but remember, it's not about week 1. It's about more. It's more closer to week 16, 17 that you really want to show your stuff.
Yeah, obviously, but still.
So, and that was the problem last year. He kind of faded off a little bit towards the end. Still played well, but had his little moments here and there where he didn't play up to par. So I do think they're going to win that division. I mean, Cam Newton is not as good a quarterback as everybody thought he was going to be. Falcons, I think, at this
don't
point.
talk about Cam Newton that way, and don't talk about Matty Ice that way either.
I'm sorry, dude. He's not that good of a quarterback at this point.
He's in a bad situation.
When it comes, I mean, it is tough in Carolina. Don't get me wrong, but he's also not showing the it factor that I thought he was going to have for a longevity of time.
Matty Ice is going to have a great year this year because he had a bad year last year.
He's going to have a great year this year. It's the defense that I think is going to take a big hit.
Matty Ice is going to look unbelievable this year, and I'm going to trade him away in my fantasy league for big money.
That's all you're concerned about. And then, the Tampa Bay Bucks, I mean, at this point.
0-16?
I will say I think Bruce Arians can get them to 4 wins.
No,
but I think
0-16.
at this, if they go 0-16, I think it's the smartest thing because then you can
No, dude,
you
because
can let go of Jameis Winston. You can take Tua Tagovailoa or Justin Herbert, whoever you want to draft at quarterback.
Dude,
and try
they're
again.
literally going to have to fight with the Oakland Raiders.
Seriously, I mean, it's gonna be an interesting show, that's for sure.
What's that famous movie quote? It's gonna be a pissing match.
Exactly. Yes, absolutely. It definitely is. Who can be the worst?
All right, let's go to the South or the West.
Or the West. Yes. So the NFC West, we've got the.
Oh wait, Oh, there it is.
You find it? There we go.
No,
so you got the LA Rams at 11-5, the Seahawks at 8-8, the 49ers at 8-8, and
Dude,
then the
you
Cardinals
skipped one.
at 3-13. What are you talking about? You wanted to
didn't-
save one for last, did you not?
Yeah, I have. Look at the TV. I have East, AFC North, South, West,
What did I
NFC
miss?
East, North, South, Super Bowl.
Oh, my bad. All right, so I didn't finish all of them. That's on me. All right, so NFC West, you've got Rams at 11-5, you got Seahawks at 8-8, you got 49ers at 8-8, and then you got the Cardinals at 3-13.
All right. All right. Cardinals are going to look like crud again, and I think they're going to go 2-14. The 49ers don't have a quarterback, and they're going to go 6 and whatever.
Really? You think they're going to go 6-10?
Yeah, the
No trust in
Seahawks.
Garoppolo?
The Seahawks are going to go either 9-7 or 10-6, and the Rams, I'm fine with 11-5.
Yeah, I think the Rams 11-5, 12-4 is probably where they're going to be at like last year. Seahawks 10-6 probably again, maybe another wild card berth. 49ers, I think I agree with you. I think they paid Garoppolo a lot of money a little bit too quickly, but
But he's also hurt.
Yeah,
he's not
is
playing this year.
He is also hurt. Well, I don't know.
They've already said he's not playing this year.
I mean it's difficult. It's difficult to say.
And that defense is old.
Yeah, the defense is definitely janky, that's for sure. But the Cardinals, I definitely think the Cardinals can at least finish third. But that's, again, we don't know what this team's going to look like because who knows if Cliff Kingsbury's offense can actually work with Kyler
And are they
Murray
actually
going
to start Kyler Murray? Because I thought I heard some reports that there's sort of a QB battle going on there.
I think that's just the reports they're putting out. I think
That's
they're
what
trying
I
to make
thought,
it sound
but
like
at the
it's
same time, I was like,
Yeah.
what is going on?
I mean, I wouldn't put it also past them to kind of do maybe what the Browns did last year. Start the other quarterback, let him take a few hits, and then if he's not doing well, all right, let's take it over to him. Obviously, Tyrod Taylor's a lot better than whatever Arizona's got right now.
Yeah.
But Kyler Murray, I think, will quickly be put in at the starting quarterback spot and then take over. All right, so from there, obviously, we didn't mention one, and that's the NFC North.
Which,
this is
what
where
the hell?
So it's Packers at 12-4, it's Bears at 11-5, Vikings at 9-7, and then
Hey,
Lions
when did the Redskins
at
join the
5-11.
North?
Sorry about that again. Yeah, so
It's also the Houston Astros, not the Houston Rockets.
yes, I know. So when it comes to this whole situation, obviously, ourselves as Bears fans, we don't think that's going to be the case. I understand, though, where they're coming from. Packers have kind of revamped the defense a little bit. Yes, you lost Mike Daniels, but he was getting hurt and wasn't producing a lot anyways. And then, obviously, you still have Aaron Rodgers, one of the best quarterbacks in the league. So.
No.
Not for that reason.
No, I'm not even. Go look at his stats.
Well, even by his stats, he's still a great quarterback.
Nope.
I mean, he's
Dude.
You wouldn't put him as your franchise
No, I wouldn't.
if you had
Look
to
at
choose.
the last 3 seasons. Look at his second half stats.
Yeah,
They're terrible. That team was winning the division and lost. Brett Favre had never had. He had one losing season.
Mm-hmm.
One losing season.
Yeah.
With the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers has had 2 back-to-back. Brett Favre never had consecutive. He only had 1.
Yeah.
Tom Brady never had a losing season. Drew Brees maybe he's had 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's tough.
I don't think Aaron Rodgers is as elite as everybody says. I think his eye test is there. But if you actually go watch some of his plays, I watched a video of a guy literally break down Aaron Rodgers' plays and trying to debunk all the media telling people that he's literally the greatest quarterback of all time.
Yeah.
And I am a firm believer that Aaron Rodgers is the biggest troll in the world.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
If I can find that video, I will put it up everywhere for everybody.
Okay. All right. Oh, that's interesting. Interesting take. 12-4 seems like a lot. I think
they're going to be at least 9-7, 10-6.
I was gonna say 10-6. I would even put them at 11-5, possibly.
I could see them maybe 9-7. Like 9-7 is pushing it,
Yeah.
but I could see that happening.
Yeah.
The Bears are definitely going to win that division. There's no way. And everybody who says that the Bears aren't going to win Week 1 on their 100th anniversary, they're dead wrong.
I'm gonna say I don't know if they're gonna. I will be honest. I don't know if they win the first one. I think they win the second match.
No, they're going to win the first one when everybody's there, when you have all the alumni, the 85 Bears teams are there. They're going to raise their statues. They're going to do everything. They're going to come out, and they should be coming out in their 100 jerseys, but they're not, and that bothers me.
Well, that's the thing though, is that anytime I've seen teams do that kind of stuff, it always seems like that kind of stuff backfires. You know, you do the celebration and stuff.
Packers did it last year.
Yeah, I know, but I
think
don't know.
it's different. I think it's just different, especially for the franchise that it is.
I mean,
and you have a team, but you also have a team. Remember, this team is also hungry too. They were robbed. We were robbed. Dude, don't lie. You know we were robbed. I will be sitting on my couch.
I can't say we were robbed, but we definitely missed an opportunity. Okay?
I will be sitting on my couch in my Khalil Mack jersey with a beer in hand, screaming and jumping around all day.
I'll say this. I think the Bears can win the division. 11-5, 12-4 again, definitely.
I think
this defense.
13.
I think this defense. Yeah, it took some hits, but I think it also.
I think they're going to win 13 games.
Yeah, they could. It could be like the 06 team win 13-3. Defense looks hungry. They look good. They look like they might be even better than last year. Offensively, it looks like those guys are in sync. I know there's been a lot of talk on Trubisky with the turnovers and stuff in practice, but he's facing his own defense, so that's kind of a plus minus.
Who cares?
Who cares? It's a double-edged sword in that situation.
All right, real quick.
But he looks like he's getting better.
Real quick, we need to get out of here, and I want to talk about my last thing real fast.
Yeah.
By the way, they're crazy if they think the Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl. That is dumb, wrong, and you basically broke the heart of Dallas, which is great because I love it. And if you're trying to troll Dallas, then fine by me.
Yeah.
I'll clap at that all day because Dallas is a joke.
Super Bowl prediction by Sporting News is that it's going to be Cowboys winning at 31-27 against the Kansas City Chiefs. I think that's ridiculous. I mean, look, I think the team's good, but I don't think they're good enough to win a Super Bowl yet. Give them a few more years, we might be talking about something different. But that's obviously down the line. I think if anybody's winning a Super Bowl this next year, it's either Kansas City or it's the Indianapolis Colts.
Dude, it's either the Bears or the Browns.
Hey, you're far more
or New England
on that than
or
I
New
am,
England.
that's for sure. I'm telling you, Colts and Chiefs right now are
Let's
my
be
favorites
honest.
to win
Let's just put money on New England.
I'm not putting money on New England because I'm not wearing a Tom Brady jersey on this show.
I'll wear a Tom Brady jersey.
I know you.
Whoever that
I don't
person
want
is,
to.
I will wear a Tom Brady jersey every episode, all during football season. I wear an extra large in jerseys.
I don't.
I would like a red one, please.
I don't want to. Don't send that to me, Kristen. I swear to God.
You can
Do
send
not
it to
send
Andrew.
That to me.
Send it to Andrew and
No.
put a note in there and say it's for me, please.
don't
I would
want
love
it.
a red Tom Brady jersey. I wear it every episode, every time I'm here.
There you go. Give him the jersey. Don't give
Red, please, though. I would like a red extra large.
Don't give me one. All right, yeah. So, and then I'll just finish up the whole little Sporting News thing. Vikings, I think they're going to fall off big time, and the Lions, I think they're going to fall off big time too.
Who cares?
Yes.
Let's just go into my fun topic real
All
fast.
right. So, final topic before we get out of here, because we got to get out of here, which is Tom. Do you want to talk
Who
about
is the
this?
greatest beer chugging quarterback of all time?
Yeah. Who is the?
Hold on, I gotta find that picture.
Boat. I can't even say that. I tried to pronounce that before.
I like the acronym though.
Yeah, I tried, but I don't know how you can pronounce that. Yeah, so Not Sports Center on Facebook and Twitter and all that stuff, they came out with a funny little picture. Beer chugging QB power rankings, because all these quarterbacks apparently have been chugging beers and stuff all around, right? So tied at first, you got Baker Mayfield.
I got it
Tom
right here.
Brady,
I got it right here. I got it right here.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
Mayfield, Brady, Trubisky, Mahomes, Stafford, all tied.
Yes.
Then number 6. So that's number 1.
Yeah.
So that's 6 quarterbacks right there. Number 6 is the 26 other NFL quarterbacks we haven't seen chug, tied. Yeah. Number 32 is a college QB.
Mm-hmm.
And 245th is a high school QB.
Yep.
And 9,886 is a 9-year-old Pee-wee quarterback who stole his dad's beer. And 9,887 is Aaron Rodgers. I 100% agree with this. Aaron Rodgers is a little baby. By the way, you have 2 NFC North quarterbacks in this list. Stafford is a god in that sense. I do respect Matthew Stafford. I think he is one of the superstar quarterbacks who is underrated.
Yeah.
Trubisky knows how to chug a beer. The god-man legend of my fantasy team. God, Baker Mayfield knows how to slam a beer. By the way, he opened that side of that beer with his teeth.
I know.
What a man. And even the
definitely
42-year-old legend in Tom Brady, the GOAT, under Joe Montana.
When you look that good, you can do anything.
I mean, really.
Seriously.
But, it is also
not even fair.
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And Patrick Mahomes, Kermit the Frog can chug a beer.
Hey, Patrick Mahomes, he's got that Texas build in him, and those guys know how to chug. I've seen them do it.
So does Baker.
It's true.
Okay.
Yeah, no, this just goes
But
to show
I agree
that
with this 100%.
This just goes to show why Aaron Rodgers isn't one of the greatest QBs of all time. And also, too, Stone Cold Steve Austin gave your chug a C+, where he gave Trubisky and everybody else A+.
Yeah.
So
even the
suck it,
9-year-old, he gave an A+.
Yeah, he probably did. I don't know. I mean, I watched it on Get Up, and yeah, he said, yeah. He's like, Mayfield gets an A+, Trubisky gets an A+, Brady gets an A+. And then he said, Aaron Rodgers, give him a C+. So.
But you heard Rodgers' excuse? He's like, I was drinking like a craft beer.
Okay.
Boo-hoo!
It's
a beer.
excuses.
You know what? I'm doing a bar crawl this week. I'm going to tape me chugging a beer.
A bar crawl?
Bar crawl.
There you go.
Shut up.
Yeah,
Man,
hey,
I've
go
literally
for it.
worked.
Chug it, and put it.
I've literally worked 38 hours or 28 hours this week so far.
Yeah.
And I'm about to work another 2 more 10-hour shifts.
So you're getting ready.
I'm just done.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, we got to get out of here because obviously people are going to start kicking us out very, very soon, most likely. Tom, where can they find you, my man?
You can find me at McLovin6193 on Instagram and Twitter. Which, by the way, folks, I went on Twitter on Sunday, and I did the greatest thing ever.
Yes,
he never responded though.
No, of course he didn't, because he doesn't know who we are yet.
I tweeted out to Shaq.
Yeah.
And asked him to come on the show. He was in town. By the way, great DJ, throws on the best set ever.
I saw, yeah.
It was great. I tweeted at him. I asked him to come on the show. Let's make that tweet trend. I want him on the show. I'm going to try to start reaching out to some of these bigger stars and see if anybody bites.
Yeah.
And see, who knows, maybe we can land a Hawks player. Maybe we can land a Bears player.
Maybe we can get to that one guy that keeps following us all the time, the hockey player.
Yeah, I don't see him anymore. He's not on any of my things.
I know, yeah. I don't know where he's at.
All right, well, we'll have to figure that out. But I'm definitely going to try to figure out everything. I think Andrew and I are just going to start reaching for the sky and start shooting out to bigger name athletes and see if maybe they hit us up. And I know some athletes are going to hit us up and be like, hey, I can't, unfortunately, but I know someone who will be able to, and maybe throw some more names our way. If you guys know anybody or are in contact with, it doesn't have to be a big superstar. It doesn't have to be like Patrick Kane or something like that. But, like, like Danica Patrick.
Yeah.
And she's willing to come on, and you can talk to her.
Yeah.
Down. I'll talk to Danica Patrick.
No, definitely. I mean, well,
I want to ask her what's wrong with her.
Here's what's interesting. So before we get out of here, I just want to say, so I did get a question about that kind of stuff earlier. So I got like a letter, basically, kind of from a former athlete who says basically he knows more than we do because he's an athlete and all that stuff. And
what am I, chopped liver?
Yeah, exactly. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna throw out a challenge to all former, current athletes out there. You think you know more about sports than us? I challenge you to come on this show, talk sports with us. How about that? Come on for an interview. Let's
look
talk
at me.
some.
Look at me. Right here. I guarantee you don't know everything. Man, I know curling. I have stayed up and watched curling. I know women's hockey.
That's what I'm talking about.
I know skiing. I know shooting and skiing. I know everything. I stay up every night, and I would wake up early in the morning. I would watch every Olympic event, and you know nothing about sports. I don't care if you played a sport.
We may be a low-budget organization, but don't get it twisted. We know exactly almost everything about every obscure sport. We've been up here talking about Formula One racing. We've talked about darts. We've talked about rugby. We've talked about curling. We've talked about anything under the sun almost, and then some. The only things that we haven't really reached on are like drag racing and
cricket. I don't understand that game.
Well, we'll get to cricket at some point.
I still don't understand how it works.
We will get to cricket at some
Anybody
point.
out there who understands cricket, please email us, DM us, explain me the game, and we will talk about it.
Yes.
If there's another obscured sport out there, let us know. Explain it to us. If you're local or you're coming into town and want to come on and you're not weird or creepy, come on, explain it to us. We are down to learn obscure sports.
Exactly.
We're currently right now, ESPN2 is now the Ocho.
Yes.
They're getting ready for tomorrow.
There you go. So
Andrew, where can they find you?
Guys, you can find me at The Fluffy Guru on Twitter. You can find me at Boom Crew Captain on Instagram. Make sure you go to our Facebook page, at Team X Bomb Sports. See seasons 1 and 2. See where we started and see where we are at right now here on YouTube. So make sure to go check that out. Give us a like. Leave us some comments and
stuff.
Go
check out last week's episode.
Yes, definitely go check out last week's episode here on the YouTube channel at X Bomb Productions, where we did our first ever remote. Big shout out again to Benedictine University and, of course, the DuPage Special Shrimp, Sam V. Brock, and all those guys, Eric Willoway, Ryan Fahey, all those guys for helping us out and make that possible. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at XBomb Sports. Make sure to follow us on Instagram also at XBomb Sports, where we always post the show and stuff and fun things like that. And, of course, to make sure to go check out the Putting Up Points.
Trash.
On, yes, on SportsTownChicago.com. Make sure to go check them out. They're on every Saturday from 12 to 2. Unfortunately, Tyler will not be here. He's pulling double duties and stuff. So who knows? We might be on with Jake. We'll see what happens, obviously. But make sure to go check them out. They do a great job when they're here. And Tyler will be back. Don't worry. If you guys have been wondering where he's been at, he's just been working like crazy. You did not kill him. But yeah, so we've got a lot coming at you guys. Obviously, we're going to be trying some new stuff. We're going to be pouring a lot of energy into trying to make this whole thing go. Hopefully, there's going to be an opportunity here for us to kind of try and see if we can elevate things a little bit further. Obviously, we had a great remote on Saturday. We'll see what happens from there. And we will see you guys next this Saturday. This Saturday, we will see you guys. We'll be going live again at 2:30. So thank you all so much for watching. Much love, and peace out, Boom Crew.